smart enough. They're evil, diabolical geniuses.
Yeah, that's true. They're integrated with computers at a very young age, so it makes sense. That's crazy. Well done.
I don't know what to do with that information. That is very, very interesting.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm wondering
if you get a chance.
I'm wondering, I really genuinely have a fear that I spent last year defending Huawei Lady, and she's behind all of this shit.
She might be unknowingly behind the coronavirus.
I think she's got something to do with it. It's all tied together, and I can't. My mind doesn't do conspiracy theories very well.
But when you add everything up, especially when you carry the one, a little difficult.
Yeah, man, it's getting freaky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do, but I'm working on it. I am working on it, and I'll have the answer for you guys maybe this week.
Oh, I look forward to the answer because I know I'm going to have a laugh at it. I have no faith in anything.
Speaking of which, if you want to hear some of my answers that you don't hear on the show, my new best friend, Dr. Ben Harvey, really inspired me to get back on Medium and start writing again. So you guys can go to medium.com. There is a paywall, unfortunately. That's got nothing to do with me, but it's a $5 monthly membership to get all of the readings. If you don't want to pay that, just shoot me an email, eric@ericandgord.com. I'll send you a friendly link where you can read some of the great stuff I've been writing.
And I recommend it because Eric is one fuck of a great writer.
There's
and I'm not
autobiographical
biased
thing.
when I say that.
And there's my take on Election 2020 coming up in November. And it's Election 2020, a Canadian perspective. And it just goes into why we think we're better than Americans and why we're right.
I couldn't argue that point if I wanted to. Now, you just made brief reference to Apple. And bless you for that one because you always help me in my segue, so that was just fantastic.
I am a confident professional.
You are, and it's amazing considering we didn't set any of this thing up ahead of time. No, we've talked in the past about the big deal with Apple where they got sued for knowingly fucking with people's batteries in their phones, making them die out faster so that they would have to run out and get the brand new phone. They got sued for it, charged, they lost, and they paid their fine, and they just sort of kept moving on. They really didn't faze them. Well, Apple is getting hit again. France's competition authority has imposed a record £1.1 billion fine on Apple for what it sees as anti-competitive practices. And they basically found that they have an unfair agreement to control prices. Apple abusively exploited the economic dependence of these premium resellers on it and imposed unfair economic conditions on them that were worse than those for its integrated work of retailers. Integrated work network of retailers.
I'm not much of a numbers guy, and now less so than ever. So in Europe, they've gone after everybody. Like they've gone after Facebook, they went after Napster, they went after Twitter, they go after all the phone companies, they go after everybody for everything. Is it just does Apple have an unfair advantage, or is it just Europe fucking going out? Brexit sucks. Let's get some money from some rich people.
Europe doesn't like to see the idea of monopolization. There's a lot of countries that do their best to fight as much against it as humanly possible. And any way they are able to find it, they will do their best to try to expose it. That's principle-wise, that's where they're at. I support anybody suing Apple for any reason. I fully support it because I think the entire thing is a fucking scam. Go fuck yourselves, Apple. You charge way too much for your shitty fucking products. You scam people openly, Like you're a bunch of frauds. You've proven it left, right, and center. Your shit's garbage. I don't understand why anybody uses your products. I don't get it. It's all shit, and you charge an absolute arm and a leg for it. And on top of that, when you come out with these phones and everything else, and you gotta buy only their specific charging adapter because that's how fucking ignorant you are. So no, I fuck Apple. Let them get charged for $20 trillion. I don't fuck Apple.
See, Apple.
Fuck Apple.
Apple did the thing to technology that Dr. Oz did to medicine, where they went, like 10 years ago, they said, let's see if we could charge $500 for this fucking thing. I bet people will pay $500. Yeah. They put it out, and everyone fucking did. So they went, let's see if we could charge $800 for this one. And everyone paid it. And Apple's like laughing. And they're like, let's see how far we can fucking push this. Their last phone was $1,600 goddamn dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You could go to university for $1,600.
Yep. You could pick up a trade for that much and have money left over for dinners.
Outside of Vancouver and Toronto, you could almost put a down payment on a house. Like, you could definitely buy a car. Like, you are ruining people's lives with these prices and then making it so that the shitty phones don't work on the new networks and people are forced to buy them. I don't want anything bad to happen to individuals at that company, but the company should really be destroyed.
Yeah, fully agree. And every time you walk by an Apple store, it's packed, so it's just full of fucking morons. So fuck them anyways.
That's ridiculous. It's always just shoulder to shoulder in there.
Yeah. So $1.1 billion.
But I can tell you why that is, because I don't know if you've ever been to one of these Apple stores. They're fucking terrifying. But they are jam-packed like that, probably so they look busy all the time, because out of those 1,200 people that are standing in that store, there's 4 fucking employees, and 3 of them are in the back.
Yeah.
It takes hours to get help there. I know, I went. I had it last year.
And I will bet you that 7/8 of the people that are in there are literally, they're all there because they're paid for by Apple to be walking around there making a look at the product so everybody else would come in.
But the other 1,000 people who are just customers, it's like 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to get help. That's why I have those big comfy seats and shit. It was literally 2 hours. And they go, oh yeah, just sit down. You can use whatever you want. Go online, do whatever. Someone will be with you in just 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't want bad things to happen to human beings. I really don't. I think it is a time where we need to kind of say, hey, let's take it easy on the humans. But Apple as a corporate entity needs to be removed.
Yep.
Or we need to blow wide open. We got to take France's side and blow open the marketplace, because there's a shit ton of brands we don't even know about that we don't get in North America because we only get Samsung or fucking Apple. And now Huawei. But there's a ton of brands. Yeah, let's open it up. Let's get we pretend we don't have monopolies because we open things up to 2 or 3 companies. Sorry, that's what we do in Canada. Oh, there's no monopoly on telecom. There's 3 fucking companies and they all meet every year and work shit out. That's a monopoly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, France. Give them help, France. I'm on your side. We. That's yes.
Damn right.
French.
Yes. Now, Boise, Idaho.
My favorite town that ends in Oisy.
Yeah, Boise is my favorite Oisy place too.
I've actually been there.
I have not, but I'm certainly going to be avoiding it now because as most Americans and North Americans and people all over the fucking world really are panicking and, going grocery shopping and toilet paper shopping, these guys are emptying out their gun stores. One store in particular actually had to put limits on sales after shelves were nearly cleared out, and people are buying it because of the coronavirus.
I think people are preparing for the fucking purge.
Yep. Yep.
There's going to be a point where this becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. People are foreseeing Mad Max, and they're not going to stop until we turn the world into fucking Thunderdome, bitch.
Yeah.
It's scary. People are like really the things they're hoarding. Someone came to Save on Foods in fucking Lake Country, British Columbia, which is a little asshole of nothing. They came to the Save on Foods and bought all the meat. All the meat. Just one dude bought all the meat in the store. Like, what are you doing? You're hoarding meat.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that about?
That's insane.
Like, there's going to be some run on it. People think they have to feed zombies. I know it. I fucking hate them for thinking that.
Oh, wow. So that's going on.
Yeah, just everyone stop making this a thing. It's only a thing because you're making it a thing. Coronavirus isn't hoarding things. Coronavirus isn't ruining the economy. People are. Figure it out.
That's right. I'm not even going to talk about that one because I don't care. Now, in the midst of all this, so you've got everything in its fucking mother is shutting down. Don't go outside. Don't be around people. Stay inside. Stay quarantined. Don't ever leave the house. You have all this going on, but yet Amazon is looking to hire.
We're not quarantining. No. Someone doesn't like that word. We're socially.
What's that term?
We're socially, like taking a break or whatever they're fucking calling it.
Yeah.
Because you can't say quarantine. That's negative. Like socially disengaging or something stupid.
Social distancing.
Socially distancing. Yeah, we're not quarantining. Yeah. We're socially distancing.
We're social distancing.
Fuck you and your man bud goddamn terms for everything.
I'm not in quarantine. I'm socially distant. But yeah, Amazon is looking to hire 100,000 people to keep up with the surge of orders because since nobody can go out and do anything, everybody's ordering online because, as long as you're safe, let's go make sure somebody else has to go outside and deal with it. That's nice.
I can't reveal too much before the release of the #1 film of the year, which will come out. Coronavirus or no-virus. Eric and Gord, the Laser of Truth. But there's an Amazon connection in there that I'll tell you about later.
That is exciting. I can't wait. I literally just got goosebumps. That's officially the nicest thing that's happened to me in the last week.
You look at it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I woke up in the middle of the night sweating and wrote it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's always a good sign. Amazon has also said that they're also going to temporarily raise pay by $2 an hour through the end of April for hourly employees.
All the delivery drivers they're putting out of work with drones will really appreciate that. Good job, Amazon.
Right, exactly. So they're this is worldwide for them. This is like UK, Europe, like all of Europe, North America. Like they're the 100,000 employees is just for the US. Just to get people out there delivering shit for them. But yeah, so they're doing everything they can. They are the second largest US-based employer behind Walmart with nearly 800,000 workers worldwide. So that'll be up to 900,000 by the end of this.
I think one of the reasons I got my job that I got was because I pointed out that in the next 2 years, there is going to be